Yeah. So I'm back. Yeah. How about that? So I'm wondering what's going to happen here. I'm obviously going to get a copyright flag for that, for playing audio while I'm streaming. And yeah, I'm a little curious what's going to happen because I've deleted the video, so it no longer exists. And so I'm wondering if I'm going to get a copyright strike for something that no longer exists. So how about that? Fresh start. Here we go. Like nothing ever happened. Shush. No one say anything. What are the odds? What are the odds? Anyway. We're back. This time without audio. At least no tunes. Which is the way I was supposed to be doing this in the first place. So, yeah. Anyway, that's where I am with the kid. I've got to make his arms. The system that I was using to render his hair and his eyebrows in the other project where I'm using him doesn't work in this one. There is a tremendous amount of lag whenever the kid's on screen. And since the kid is going to be the playable character, can't have lag. And so that's going to be an issue. So I'm going to have to build hair for him and eyebrows kind of a little bit of an old school way in order to get them to look the way that I want and put eyelashes on them and all that good stuff. And not use the system that I was using a moment ago. I've also been testing him out inside of the world here. If I go into my maps and Cabin in the Woods, yeah, save everything. And we go just pull him into the world. I've been doing this in a couple of places here. I just want to see how he holds up to the lighting in the map, since he's the one who's going to be walking around here. And just making sure that he, looks like he belongs. Double checking scale, that he's not too tiny and he's not oversized. And then, yeah, just making sure that my shaders look good, that the skin reads the skin, the eyes read his eyes, and the everything else reads as everything else. I can see it's a little embedded in the ground here. This actually happens with almost all of my characters when I build them. This gets corrected when I skin them, when I end up getting the rigging portion done. The reason he's embedded in the ground is that the shoes are an add-on, right? He was barefoot when I made the base mesh. And his heel is actually planted on terra firma right now. And the shoe is kind of something that got added later, which ended up bulking his foot down a little bit. So that's why that's embedded in the ground. I'm going to pop him up when I do the rig, so he's going to get a little bit taller, as one does when they put on shoes. And so I'm pretty pleased with the way that looks. In terms of the setup, I've got a couple of corrective things that I'm going to do here this evening. The first of which is that his belt is currently missing, which was meant to be part of the same material ID as the pants. And they actually look a little bit funny without the belt right now, and so I want to get that on there. The belt actually shares a material with the pants as well, and that's a little bit of an issue because I've already got that built and I've already imported the textures. Excuse me. And there is no belt currently. And so we need to add a belt. That needs to get brought in. And that'll help break up some of the color here too. I'm going to make the belt brown with a brass clasp on it. So it should be a little different in color theme here than the blue and gray that he's currently dressed in. And then his arms obviously got to get done as well. I've done the rudimentary sculpting of his arms, the very basic sculpting of his arms. In that the anatomy is there, but I haven't done any of the painting. There's no fingernails. There's none of the really interesting detail. And so, yeah, so far this looks pretty decent to me. Other than the fact that it's incomplete, and so that's where I want to spend my time. Welcome, Christian. Welcome, Richard. Welcome, Bobby. Fancy seeing you guys this evening. This is our first meeting of the evening, as I recall. Definitely wasn't anything prior to this. So yeah, I'm gonna keep trucking on forward here. So where I am currently in the status of the belt, it has been unwrapped, and it has been baked. It's in Substance Painter here, and I've done my baking, and I've done my everything I need to do to this in terms to get the texturing underway, and so we can go and jump in and start doing that. So the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of cycle through some of the leathers here that exist in the system, and see if I can't find one that looks and feels correct for the kid's belt. I'm not really looking at color. I'm looking more the leather pattern that's on here, and then I want to find something that is. Oh, that looks a little stretched out to me in the UVs there. It looks like I might have messed up my UVs a little bit. I'm also not going to fix them. I think what I'm going to do is just do a world projection here instead of the UV projection, in order to get me something that will read the right way. It still might stretch a little bit, but I don't think I'm using that leather anyway. It's worth noting that it's there. Yeah, I'm not liking that either. It's almost done. Let's see if we've got anything in the smart materials here that I can cobble something out of. Beneath that rising sun. Let's see. There's actually a lot of leathers here. I actually do have my own leather somewhere that I built. But it was built for a leather jacket, and so it's a very large grain to the leather, and it doesn't look good on smaller objects. I've got the oh hey, now we're on to something. I've got the Hamilton musical playing in my ear. My in-laws are in town for a visit, and it's the first people we've seen in about 5 months, and they're here for a visit, and so they're with my wife watching Hamilton. I'm really liking this. Go and tell that midnight rider. Night Rider, tell him a God's gonna cut him down. Tell him a God's gonna cut him down. Well, my goodness gracious, let me tell you the news. With the midnight dew. Okay, so I'm gonna go and make myself some brass here. So I'm going to start with the pure gold, which is okay. I'm going to tint it a little bit. I'm going to open up an image here to look for brass belt clasp. I want to be very careful that I'm not looking for a belt buckle, but a clasp. And there's some really, really nice reference here. I love this. This guy here. I love the wear on the leather. And I love the scratches and dings and stuff on the brass, and so I'm gonna be looking at that on the other window here while we do this. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down. Yeah, absolutely, Bobby. Okay. So in terms of color, it's mostly there. It just needs to be warmed up a little bit. So I'm going to pull it a little bit more into the red. Tell him a God's gonna cut you down. Tell him a God's gonna cut you down. Let's go look for some grunge. Little Kurt Cobain. Grunge, white, grimy. Boom, boom. It's not too bad. I need to get to a point where I'm getting as high detail as I can without losing too much. I don't want to get any tiling on it. That's not bad. I dig it. Let's see what else we can add to this. I wouldn't mind marring up the surface a little bit more. I'm going to do a fill in the height channel. And we're going to see what we can find here in terms of scratches. Scratches! And preferably something like this. Something like this. Right, and I'll pull this way down. Try and scale it a little bit. I'm really limited to the resolution in my mesh here, in my UVs. Okay, I think that's going to look okay. I'm only at 5%. Come on, you. Just wanted enough so that it's not pristine. Not bad. I don't think I'm going to get any fine scratches on this here with the level of resolution I'm going to get. So we're going to throw these two things into a folder that I'll name brass. Top brass. I want a black mask. We'll just go select those polygonal areas. Okay. That's a decent start to this belt. Go into this detailed leather here. And what I'm really looking for is the outer edge that they've got here. I've got this bright spot along the outer edge, which is really, really nice. It's coming from the curvature map. And what I'd like to do with this is add a little bit of noise to it. If I can. So I've got a mask editor here, and I'm going to try and bring up the texture, and in the textures I'm going to go look for some noise. Come on, backspace. I'll put some more grunge in here. There's a lot of really nice grunges in this. Scratch is fine. It's kind of almost pointillism in the way that the leather is worn out. I'm looking at the reference material. Rock's not going to do anything to me. I can feel a heartbeat in the wall from. I can feel a heartbeat in the wall from them watching Hamilton. Luckily, I've got a compressor in my mic, so you can't hear it. Otherwise, I'll get dinged again. Let's try the concrete. Where did I put that? I put that in texture. Crack open the texture. I'm not seeing. Not actually seeing it change much here. What's going on? In front of me again. Bug-a-da-ba-da. It really does seem like when I put that grunge on there, it goes away. I do have a seam at the back of the belt. I knew this was going to be an issue and that I was going to end up with a UV seam on it. And I was very careful that this is actually directly under one of his belt loops. And the reason I knew I was going to get a seam there is that the belt is well, it's fairly long, right? It goes all the way around his waist. What's up, Bray? How you doing, brother? Bienvenue, mon ami. Okay, so let's see what I can do about some of the suede on the back. I really would like to get those edges a little bit better. Fuck. See. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to delete what they have and add a black mask. And let's see what we can do with our own masks here. So what I'm looking for is an edge. Let's try this one. Go. Nice, man. You remember to tell them what the official stance is on the Canadien. We're sorry. That is not a hockey team. We are terribly sorry, but you cannot play your hockey here. So I really like what I'm getting here, but I'm getting too much of the texture. Try and invert this. No, inverting's no good. Enough of the curvature. Where's my curvature map? There's my curvature. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I think I might yellow it just a wee bit more. I'm just going to go up. Not again. Okay, that's not too bad. Again, it's starting to feel a little bit like an older style belt now. An older style belt. The only other thing that I think I would like to do with this is to try and suede the back of the belt. And suede is really nothing more than just noise. We're going to add a fill layer. And in the color, let's go into the color. And let's hit, that's going to be a little warmer. Something like that. Boom, 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 boom. Height, roughness. The roughness has got to be rougher. The height, let's try some purlin noise in here. And we'll obviously have to scale that. Now, all of the internal stuff here, like this is all facing his body. We're not going to see that. Really, the only place the suede is going to show up is just on the back of that loop and anywhere around the buckle here where we can see into the back of this thing. And I'm pretty pleased with the scaling that's there. You can see how bad my UVs are here. And again, this is way stronger than I want it to be. I'm in the height layer here, so we're going to go pull this back. Maybe something like that. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to bring my chat back up. I clicked on my reference material and lost the chat. That's not too bad. I think I would like a little bit of this purlin noise in the color as well. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this and add it in here. And I don't think I have the ability of changing the color in here. So what I'm going to do instead, let's kill the purlin noise, is I'm going to go back and give this that same color that it was a moment ago. Where are you? Oh, no. Color, damn it, color. So somewhere in this range, that might be a little yellow. You yellow bastard. And then I'm going to just add another layer here. Let's add another fill layer. Boom. This is just going to be color. And I'm just going to go and eyeball something a little bit different. We're going to add a black mask. That black mask is going to get a fill. The fill is going to get my purlin noise. And then we're just going to go copy the tiling value that I have here. I might as well make this an even 70. And then I can put that same 70 in here. And that should make the purlins line up in terms of where I'm getting what. In order to make, let's just make sure that this is doing what I want here by putting brilliant red. So there's the purlin noise. And what I'm going to do is add a levels to the purlin noise. And I'm just going to bring in the contrast here. That's more or less what I'm looking for. So now I can go back into the color and soften it back into this kind of lighter color for the suede. The other thing that I want to do is set these both to be triplanar. This has to be triplanar as well. Oh, to me, get across my shame, all the torment and the pain, lead through and cover me. I'd do anything to have her to myself. Hey, Rich. How you doing, bud? Finally, you can open your curtains? What was you, like, naked before? I don't understand why you can't have curtains open. Okay, so this is going to be suede. He is everything to me, the unrequited dream, the song no one sings, the unattainable. I don't know if you can tell by my webcam, but it is friggin' dark in here. I don't have any lights on. I don't light bulb. I have a penchant for being in the dark. Won't let this build up inside of me. Won't let this build up inside of me. Won't let this build up inside of me. There we go. One suede back. Ike. Won't. Nope. I'm torn into pieces, but I won't let this build up inside of me. Won't let this build up inside of me. Won't let this build up. Debating if I want to actually do anything for the buckle hole. I didn't model a hole in, and I might just paint a little bit of black around here to give it the illusion of there being a hole. I think that's what I'll do. Doo-doo. She isn't real. Bray in Discord. I think he's Bray in Discord too, isn't he? I can make her real. I don't think Mike was on Discord yesterday. I just gave him the link today, Bobby. And so I don't think he was there yesterday. Okay, so I'm going to be painting on this. And the material I want is going to be dark. I don't want to go full black. Height will bring in. See if I can't make a little bit of a hole. Go to 3D only. And that worked lovely, except for I painted my brass. So I'm going to undo. Go back to 2D only again. I'm going to switch my brush mode to be UV based instead of tangent based. And again, make the little hole. I've seen a couple, Mike. I don't know which one you're talking about, but I'm actually in a I don't want to watch it now. Not the show. I don't want to watch the trailers now, because we're getting pretty close to it. I ate everything. What's him Hellman? Rack tack tack. Not sure why that took so long for that to work. And I painted my buckle. Tack, tack, tack. Well, son of a man. Well, that was stupid. Let's do this again. But I haven't missed you yet. Only when I stopped think about it. Rat-tat-tat. Let's set this to be UV based as well. And I'll just go clean it up a little bit here. Rat-tat-tat. Doesn't need to be a huge, humongous hole. Just to make enough to make it look like that thing's actually somewhere. I did watch the because they unveiled a new character from the book, and they gender bent the character for the show, and I was actually I really wanted to see how that was going to play out, and so I did go watch the very first shots of that, but yes, I'm not going to be partaking in anything else. Rat-tat-tat. You hate, I hate, you love me. Okay, shouldn't overwrite anything because it's called belt. So I've now got the joyous task. So I've broken the padding on my textures in doing them separate. Oops, that's... No, cancel? Stop. Yes. What do you think I was in the middle of removing? Come again? Well, son of a... That's what I was moving. Well, let's go put that back. I accidentally clicked and dragged, and I started moving folders out of my character folder and into the documents folder. So we're just going to go and put these back in the character folder. If you could, please. Okay, I think that moved everything. Oh no, absolutely. I wanted to see that character as a female. I was really kind of excited to see that. And I think it's good that they did that. The book is predominantly male characters, and I mean it is about male, essentially male being all the men being chauvinistic. And so it'll be interesting to see what happens when they put a female character, a female version of a character that is typically a male chauvinist. I don't know how they're going to tweak the personality. This isn't just like making Superman Superwoman. This is a character who is mean to women and doesn't treat women nicely, and now is one. And so it'll be a little interesting to see how that plays out. Okay, so I've got my textures that are in need of combining here. And to do this, I need a mask. And I've actually got the pants in here, like so. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select everything like this. This is several low polys together here. And I'll go and look at my UVs, which look like this. And because max is max, I'm in free paint mode now, because that's fun. Stupid freaking software. Tools, we're going to render UVW template, and I'm going to do this at 2K. And let's see, we're going to do a fill, white. Get rid of the overlap, turn off the seam edges. Let's change our mode to solid as well. There's my mask. So I'm just going to copy that to the clipboard. I'll leave this open in case it's not actually what I want. And now what I need to do is use that mask to remove everything that shouldn't be here. So I'm going to start with the normals. I'm going to add a layer mask. Hello, layer mask. There we go. I'm going to go into the layer mask and paste the thing that I just copied. And then I'm going to go and apply it. Now, the important part here is that these two panels also need to be gone. They're part of the political atmosphere is pretty toxic, though. Well, in the show. Oh yeah, I think this. To be honest, the only people who are going to realize that a swamp has even happened are the people who have read the book. People that are just watching the show, they're not going to know anything different has happened. And so, yeah, it'll be. I think it'll be good. Okay, there we are. Lashing out. Now I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to add a layer mask as well. Oop. And we'll paste that same layer mask, and we'll apply that same layer mask. But now I need to do the opposite. And I think what I'm going to do, let's use the lasso tool. And all I'm going to do is just trace out the belt buckle. And copy that, and I'll paste it in here. And now I can close this one. Don't need to save it. You wear me out. It's all right now. That's sons of bastards. That didn't work. So I made the mistake of copying my normal map in. So I need my mask again, which is exactly why I don't ever close this thing. But I can just keep copying it. So let's go back in here to this. I should be able to paste that in without issue. Go home, get stoned. Go home and get stoned. Okay, so with that, we're gonna again go in and loop around. Well, that's not right. Use the lasso tool to go and loop the areas that are again meant to be belt and buckle, and I'm going to delete them. I might as well do all of my layer masking here, because it'll just speed up the process. Whoa, whoa. Okay, those two are ready to go. That one's ready to go. That one is ready to go. And then this one. Okay. Yeah, what are you guys working on tonight? What's going on? Ian, are you here? Only 5 people here. Let's see. We got Christian, Bobby. It's 2. Bray is 3. Richard is 4. There is a lurker. Who's the lurker? Out of your head, she said. Okay. And waste away with me. Down with me. Do that. Merge that down. That guy's good to go. And I wonder if I sing along with you, everything could ever feel this real forever. If everything could ever feel this good again. Okay, I think I'm down to 3 textures here, and that they're all joined together in the right way. Yes, yes, you gotta merge. Yes, you gotta merge. Okay, so now I'm gonna go filter, and we'll use the old flamin' pear. So I can breathe you in, hold you in. A nice flat wall with normals. Okay, layer, flatten, save. Layer, flatten, save. Layer, flatten, save. Okay. So those are gone. Could ever feel this real forever. In the Unreal, let's go and re-import. Who's dinging? Who's dinging? You gotta promise not to stop when I say you win. Christian posting a new link or a new image of his pistol. Are those high poly or just texture, Christian? What are you doing with those? What's your process? And I wonder. Let's go. I think I can just import the belt here. Everything could ever feel this real forever. Everything could ever good again. There's nothing there. What the hell is going on? I think I screwed up my files. What the hell, man? Hypolio zebra. Lovely. Looks good, bud. Okay. The belt is in place. Boom, 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 boom. That didn't work. Okay, let's try this a different way. Belt. Ants. Ants meet belt. Whoa. Ah, yes, yes, yes. I'm an idiot. This is not going to work. Not in the way that I'd hoped. Yeah, that belt does a really good job of breaking up the tone that's in there. You may notice a few places here on the belt where we're getting this big blob of color, and you may be thinking, what the hell, man? That wasn't there before. Where did that big blob of yellow come from? And the answer, it actually is really simple as to where this blob came from. That is UV channel number 2. What you're looking at is the fact that the denim has, in UV number 2, a second set of UVs that allow me to do the seam, the stitching. And that's what you're seeing on the belt, is actually one of those stitches really up close right on the belt, which don't look so good. And so we need to correct this. I can do this one of two ways. I can either just zero out the UVs on the belt in channel 2, so that doesn't happen. You see it's happening on the buckle as well. Nice big bloop right there. Not good. Okay, so I'm just I'm going through in my head here how I'm gonna take care of this. And I'm not sure. I think, okay, let's go to UV set 2. These didn't change, right? No, I haven't changed these. So we're gonna go to 2. We're going to abandon our changes. We're going to grab... No, don't set keyframe. Grab the buckle, the clasp, and the belt. And then what I'm going to do... I got it. I got it. Look. Where'd it go? There it is. So what I've done is I've compressed my UVs to a single point, and I'm just going to leave that point inside the 0 to 1 box like this. Convert that to editable poly, deselect the pants, and export my new belt. Export selected. It's also really good too, especially if you're following someone like Burkholtz's tutorials, Christian. When you're doing your gun, you're gonna end up with the same gun that everybody else has done. That's fine. You're gonna end up with the same gun that everybody else has ended up with. And if you go to ArtStation and you look up that make and model of gun, you're gonna see everybody and their dog has the exact same friggin' model you do. And so the best thing that you can do is once you finish that tutorial, like Bobby said, go and hammer out another gun, trying to use the same skill set that you used in the one in the tutorial. And I would even recommend you do another one after that. Just so that when people look at your stuff, they're not like, oh yeah, look, he followed that tutorial that everybody follows. It'll definitely pay off in the end. Or is she trying to give me the slam? No, I'm not the little boy that I used to be. Baby, can't you see? Not a boy. Waited for so long. Stacy's mom has got it going on. I'm having an issue here where Unreal is not accepting my second set of UVs. And so I'm going to delete the belt. Close this. And delete the belt. And then import the belt and see if that helps. Where she stared. Come on. Oh, that's why. Not in the right freaking folder. That's why I couldn't find anything. Character, FBX, belt. But since you walked out, your mom could use a guy like me. Has got it going on. And I've waited for so long. There we go. No yellow bloops. Bloops are gone. Let's put the belt into the blueprint. Again, it is worth noting that this blueprint here, this is not actually a character mesh. This is the only thing that this exists for is for just double checking textures in the engine and making sure everything looks correct. Okay, gotta do something about this fly, fellas. This poor kid's gotta piss, and he can't do it at all. He tried undoing his belt, but it's a static mesh. Static. That thing ain't coming undone. Jeans, fly. I love it, Stacy's mom. Okay. So I've got two challenges in doing this here. The first of which is I need to alter my topology, which is dangerous because it's going to mess with my texturing. I don't want to mess with my texturing. The other thing that I need to do is 2 UV sets on this, because not only do I have to trace out the shape of that fly, but I've got to add the stitching to it as well. And so that is going to be a little difficult to do. Put me on a team, coach. I think I got this. Step number 1 is going to be in trying to add the topology here so that this works. Just take a chance. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Okay. So ideally when I do this here, I've got a single row of polygons that acts as my thread, my stitching. And so ideally, it would be nice to continue that theme and using a single row of polygons. But what I need to do is once I get here, I need to turn this until it goes in here. So I need to take these, what are currently 4 polygons, and turn them into a rounded corner without destroying the UVs. So we're going to see if we can do this here. I'm going to use the cut tool because it doesn't manipulate UVs. And this is going to go here and here. No, that can't go there. It's got to go there. I don't want to move it without turning on my preserve UVs. I don't care about the edge. I just care about this. Wish I never heard your name. And they all want to know. Okay, so I can do this. Okay, so that's step 1. I've got the rounded bit of where that fly is going to go. It probably would be better if it didn't actually lurch upwards towards the thing. I'd like it to be straight across. Maybe we can manipulate our edges a little bit here to try and correct this. I'm going to take these 2. Oh, you're not... That's local. Yeah, it's local. Don't do it locally. Bring it down. And I'll bring this one down easy. Suicide, they say. Plastic rain. She's a misery. Okay, and that gives me the shape that I'm after. Components that aren't in the tutorial. I went with suppressor, scope, and a strap. Yep. Those all good ideas, Bobby. God damn it, Bobby. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to re-unwrap this pair of pants. Boink. And we want to go to UV set 2. And we're going to abandon any changes here. Just like Anna Nicole. Fuck a silver, let's go straight for the gold. There we go. What are those? Ah, damn it. Rack. Cyanide, sweet tooth, suicide. Okay. Right shape. Planar map this. Right. Light. Train. Wreck. Let's do a mini relax. Straighten. Whoa, 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 whoa. What happened? Oh, I did that's why. Relax, straighten. Cyanide, sweet tooth, suicide. Put this 90. And bring it to about here. And we've got a fly. Convert that to poly. Cyanide, sweet tooth, suicide. Okay, this is pants. Pants? Pants. Where are my pants? Okay, so I don't think this is going to be enough on its own. It's re-import failed. No log. What the same here? I think this is the same issue that was happening with the belt. Now there's a look. I think it's the same issue that was happening with the belt. Yeah, force deleted, that's fine. In my life just to get by on. Come on, boys. What we rely on to revise. Hey, yo. Listen what I say, yo. Oh. Okay, let's throw some materials in here. Let's go see. Does he have a fly now? Well, he's got stitching in the shape of a fly. I don't know how convincing that is. Tube of Zion. What do I really need to look inside? It is definitely worth noting that any future pants I make, I need to put that fly in there. Now, I avoided putting the button on the top on purpose, and again, the reason I did that is I have a belt on the character. I didn't think you were going to see anything in there, and that is actually the case once you get down here. Actually, that does look like it is enough. Just having those, just having that stitching there, I think it's going to be enough. If I really, really cared, I would also put like the little pocket on here, which I haven't done. The little key pocket. White as snow. Okay, savez-vous. Savez-vous. Okay, Bobsy Twins. Where all my tracks will be concealed, and they're so... I know a way that I can cheat the roughness. So here I've got this this pattern that I'm tiling, and up close, it's giving me this little pattern here. And I think what I want to do is invert that. I'm gonna add a 1- here, and I'm gonna pull this way. Let's take a preview of this. Start previewing in the 1-. This should just be the opposite. It is. I listen what I say. Oh, oh. Okay, and I'm gonna duplicate these nodes. Hey, yo. And then we're going to take the roughness and add to it whatever this guy is. And put that in the rough. Let's stop previewing this. And that should give me something that is a little flatter. Shazbot. So again, it's happening on my logo. No, you know what, dude? I've been to a couple of concerts in my life. They are not for me. I have such a low tolerance of stupid people that being in a big giant room filled with them makes me want to go Cro-Magnon and start clotheslining stupid people. And so, yeah, I know. Especially at like a Chili's concert, man, you're gonna get dum-dums coming out of the woodwork. There's nowhere to go in between another of another perfect wonder, and it's so. I need another lerp. That's what I need. And I need the rough. I need the combined rough. And the mask. And the rough. You're the mask. Yeah, the only concerts I've seen, actually, I've really good concert stories from the stuff that I've seen. But yeah, not they're not numerous. Yeah, you got it, Rich. Same freaking thing. So yeah, one of the oh, that's better. Yeah, that worked out really nice. First concert I ever went to was the I went to go see. I was working in Nashville back in my Laser Quest days, and the guy who I was working with back at the time, he was the lead. He was actually a good friend of mine now too. Um, he had been there before. He'd been there in the past, and we were going to retouch this this location that he had done in the past. And so we already knew people there that he wanted to party with. And so when we got to town, he gave him a call. He was like, "Hey, let's hook up. Let's go drinking," which we did in almost every city we went to. And the girl that he had called said, "I can't. I'm working tonight." And she was working at a concert hall as a hostess. And she was like, it's too bad. Maybe after the show, I'll come and see you guys. She's like, unless you want to come by the show. And my buddy was like, no. We've been on a plane and stuff. Like, we just want to go and veg out. But who is it? What is the show? And she said, oh, it's Lenny Kravitz. And he dropped the phone and looked at me. We were in a hotel room, and he dropped the phone and he looked at me. He's like, dude, we're going to see Kravitz. And I was like, all right. And so she said, listen, there's just one thing though. You can't bring cameras because they're not allowed in the auditorium. So if you get caught with one, they'll actually confiscate it and you won't get it back. And we're like, yeah, well, whatever, no big deal. And so she's like, show up at like 7, go down the back alley and knock on the door, and I'll bring you in. And so we're like, all right, and we do that. We go down this little back alley and thump on the door, and she, sure enough, answers the door and brings us in, and brought us to a private balcony where we watched Lenny live. Julian Lennon was the opening act, and it was a really, really good show. But that isn't the end of the story, nor is it the best part of the story. That is only but the beginning of the story. So midway through Lenny's second set, the lights go down, and at the end of his first set, and they're taking a little bit of a break. And while this happens, we start noticing there's more people in the balcony with us. A couple of girls had come in. And just before the concert starts up again, this big dude comes in, and he stands in the back of the balcony, crosses his arms. He's maybe 6 foot shoulder to shoulder. The guy was massive. And he says, "Ladies out." The girls pack up their stuff and leave. And me and my buddy are looking at each other. We're like terrified. We're like, we're going to get thrown out of here. We haven't got tickets. Somebody snuck us in the back door. we're gonna get arrested or something for breaking in, and is it not gonna go well? And the dude never said anything to us. He just stood at the back of our balcony with his arms crossed. And the concert starts up again. The concert starts up again, and I'm trying to find the actual place where I was so I can show you. Ingram Hall, is that it? Anyway, the show starts up again, and we notice that we're not alone in the balcony. So the show is going on. Lenny's on stage, and our balcony is actually full of people, which was a little surprising to us. We didn't notice anybody even come in. Oh, that must be it. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Open this in a new tab. Here's an image so you can get the gist of what this concert was like. This was not like an auditorium. This was not this was not the kind of thing where there were thousands of people. This was the best description of what this was intimate. And so we were up in one of these balconies. We're actually, where this shot was taken from is pretty close to where our balcony was. We weren't anywhere near the stage. And anyway, our balcony is kind of bustling. There's activity, there's people in it, and we don't know what's going on. And at some point, we noticed that the people who occupied the balcony with us were none other than Aerosmith. Steve Tyler and Joe Perry are sitting 2 seats over from me. And we are all rocking out to Lenny together, which was an incredible thing. And we get to a point, Lenny starts doing Let Love Rule. And there's a part in Let Love Rule where the whole crowd just starts singing the backing part. And Lenny is soloing over top of this, like just doing vocals over top. And we are rocking out. We are just doing it. And we ended up arm in arm with Aerosmith, rocking back and forth, singing Let Love Rule. And it was just this mind-boggling event. And so anyway, the guys end up, Aerosmith end up leaving with their bouncers. That was their bodyguards that was there, and so they all get up and leave. And this leaves me and me and my buddy in the arena, and we're in the balcony, and we're by ourselves. And at some point during the show, Lenny had pointed out that Aerosmith was there. You know, I wanted a little shout out to coming to check out the show. Thanks a lot, boys. Appreciate it. And so everybody was aware that Aerosmith was in this balcony, only they aren't anymore. The only people in this balcony are now me and my buddy. And at the time, and I know all of you are former students and you won't be able to fucking picture this, but let me tell you, I had long hair at the time. We both were kind of rocker looking fellas. And yeah, all of these girls then start busting into our balcony, and they're like, "What the hell, man? What does fucking Aerosmith? What my fucking signature? Give me an autograph." And it was chaotic, man. It was hard for us to get out of there, which was something else. Let me tell you, I've never experienced anything like that. And so yeah, so that was one of the that was my first concert in Nashville, watching Lenny Kravitz with Aerosmith, which was something to behold. Yeah. So, like everyone else that I tell that story to, the only thing you guys heard was Topher had hair. Fuckers. I think I've got a picture around here somewhere of me with hair. But they were always renegades. Dr. Martin Luther King. And so, yeah, obviously something that was going to be tough to top, obviously, Obviously, tough to top. It didn't. Well, I mean, but the other concerts I went to were good. That one just is a hell of a story, which is awesome. The other two concerts I went to, I went and saw the Tragically Hip when they were in Toronto with my best friend. We I don't even remember how we got the tickets. It might have been through his dad, if I'm not mistaken. But it was somewhere around Christmas time, and we went to go see the Hip. And this was long before it had been announced that he was sick and that he was gonna die. And so we got to see the Hip kind of in their prime, which was pretty awesome. A photo? Wait, hold on, Rich. Backtrack a minute. Where did you get a photo of me with hair? I am very protective of those things. And I don't think there's one out in the wild. Now there are photos of my cousins that look a lot like me, but they aren't me, and they have hair, somewhat. They have hair like I have hair. I'm one of the only people in my family that realizes he's fucking bald and shaves his head. Everybody else is fighting it, man. Fight the power. Fight the power. Ba-da-da-dum. Okay. So I'm getting into the arms here, and I'm going to kind of do a couple of things. Campy, there's no pictures of me with hair on social media. I'm very protective of those things. Yeah, if I do a search for my name, I see the first thing that comes up is my profile picture from ArtStation, and then a bunch of my artworks. Topher Grace comes up. Sophie Turner comes up. Now. But yeah, no pictures of me with hair. I'm not on social media, right? So there's not a lot for people to pilfer through. There is I'm on Instagram. But none of the pictures that I post on Instagram are of me. I take pictures of things and post to Instagram, and so it's not likely that what you found was a picture of me. I do, like I said, I have cousins who look similar to me that somewhat have hair. Let me see if I can find one of them. Let's see if I can find a picture of one of my cousins. Feeling cold. Yeah, here's my cousin. That's Francois, my cousin. And yes, I have cousins that French. You go see what you can find. I don't think you'll find anything that's me. But yeah, there's Francois. He's my cousin. Somewhat. He's like a second cousin or something. Weird the way that family's set up. But here I can show you. That we are related. Let me see if I can do this here. I've never done this on. Here. Let me see if I can do this. So there's pen. There's this. Yeah. But look what happens if I go give him a luscious beard, like yours truly. We'll go do this. I'm a professional artist. But yeah, if I go and fill in his beard. There we go. My beard's pretty epic right now, so we'll really kick this up a notch. I'm also a little bit rounder in the cheek. Well, and I'm rounder everywhere. And if we were to go and just bald them up a little bit here, so that's all forehead. Actually, this would look better. Let me see if that's gray in there. Gray. It's a little closer. But there, you can see. You can see. I'm in there somewhere. I'm in there somewhere. And so, yeah. The majority of my family, we all have a very similar appearance. We all really, really strong genes on that side of the family. And as a result, we all kind of look the same. He's got a lot less hair than that now, as I understand it. That picture's from quite some time ago. But anyway, that's Francois, and yeah. But yeah, odds are that you found a picture of me with hair is pretty slim. Because I have very few of them. There aren't many pictures that I have of me with hair. And all of the ones that I have, they're not digital. They are in a photo album, and so not likely to be something that you guys would find out in the wild. Okay, so we're gonna go and delete one of the arms here. And really, I'm just doing this because I'm gonna be mirroring his arms. So there's not a lot of point in having two of them. So we're gonna delete hidden. I'm going to go up here. This is also going to bring my topology down from 1,000,000 to 100,000, which is going to allow me to subdivide this a couple more times, which will give me something a little bit smoother with which to work to begin with. And so, yeah. I'll be back in styles, yo. Now, this is a kid's arm, so I'm going to want to really take it easy with the wrinkling. Let me go see what I've got in my collection here of images, cross-polarized images that I'm interested in. I'll never make it back home. Back home. I heard a blip, but I can't see it right now. Okay, I do have some that are going to be useful here. I'm not sure how useful they're going to be. Let's go take a look at what these images are. Let's get rid of this. Let's try this one. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. And what would you do when I do what I can? That's no good. That's female 60s. That's no good. So that was a woman's hand, but she's in her 60s, which is not going to fit on the hand of a child. But I can. What would you do when I do what I'm gone? Whoa, till it's gone. What would you do if till it's gone? Till it's gone. Okay, that's pretty nice. I was hoping to find an elbow in here too. Tertiary male palm something. Whoa. That is intense, man. Put this on a kid, we'll be able to tell whether or not he's committed any crimes. Look him up in a friggin' cop database. No, there's no need to pretend. Well, you got yourself in some shit. It doesn't mean I have to come deal with it. Oh. Yeah, I guess I left that picture of my cousin up there too long, and it totally looks like it's me. I'm just gonna make sure that I stream long enough that that's not the thumbnail. My cousin's gonna be all like, "What the fuck, dude? What kind of a show you running over there?" Oh, Jesus. It's hilarious. And what would you do? What I do, what I can. I'm not a fool, there's no need to pretend. So this is somebody's arm, and it's got some really nice displacement in the elbow. I just want to take a look here to see if I can figure out how old this person is based off the skin. It doesn't look too wrinkly or veiny, so I'm guessing it's not. I'm guessing it's not too old. Till it's gone. Till it's gone. Okay, I'm going to attempt to use that. Now, in my attempt to use that, I'm going to reduce the arm down to its lowest subdivision level, and I'm going to export it. Cabin in the Woods character FBX, and this is going to be an FBX. Actually, if I keep it at OBJ. Boom, boom. And there's going to be arm. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to unwrap my UVs to that image. No, wrong software. Actually, let's just reset max. I've had a lot of in and out of max here. Give it a little bit of a fresh start. Oh, the weenus. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so here's the arm. You can see that I've done a few things topologically here with this. That I'm trying something to see how well it works. And what that trying is that I've spiraled my geometry along the arm, mimicking the musculature. And my hope here is that it gives me cleaner topology when this thing deforms. In that when the arm becomes, so right now it's pronated, right? It's palm down. But if it were to twist the other way and go supinated, so it was palm up, all of this twisting would then be undone, which is the hope. And so we'll see how that pans out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a material here for the arm, and I'll turn on real-time display, and I'm going to go to diffuse and bitmap. I can promise you that. Cross polarized displacement, and somewhere in here is the full arm. Full face, nipple, belly, nipple. Palm hand, female nipple, what the? I know there's a full arm in here somewhere. Palm hand. Male nipple, male palm. Male full face, female nipple, male belly. So what gives? What am I looking at? Why? Oh, it's not the right kind of file. This is the kind of file that Max is like, I don't know what that is. What are you trying to show me here? This is a grayscale. We're going to go image mode, and we're going to change this to RGB. And I'm going to have to get it out of 16-bit, which is a shame because I really don't want to lose too much of that detail that's there. Actually, let's leave it as 16-bit for now. And I'm just going to change it to a JPEG for now. And I just won't overwrite the old one. A JPEG is terrible for this. It's going to be highly compressed. And all that really beautiful detail that's in here is going to get completely blown away. But I will be able to see the arm. Stronger than you can be. So don't save that. Which will allow me to retain the original file. But also give me something that I can now use in here. You tell me why. All right. You've all gotten to see the picture now. Move along. Nothing to see here. Damn you, Rich. And tell me dying like a bitch. You were crying like a bitch. We'll see how well Max performs here with this. Well, you see them on TV, read it in a magazine. Celebrities want sympathy. All they do is piss and moan inside the Rolling Stone. No, it's fine, dude. I wasn't really upset, Rich. Again, it's not me. So it's not something I'm really concerned about. They would fall. Lifestyles of the rich and the famous. Always complaining. Oof. So this is not unwrapped. Do you know if you were famous you could kill your wife and there was no such thing as 25 to life? What am I doing? I'm getting confused here in the software that I'm using. McDonald's wouldn't even want to take you back. Doot. I don't think they would survive. Only in someone else's shoes. Software am I in? Losing my shortcuts. In my mind. Yep. It was me. I did it. My bad. They would fall. Oh. Oh, my Max. So that image is too high res for Max to actually process. I think we can rob them of the rich and the famous. Just stop complaining. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. Yeah, it's not too bad, Bray. I don't think you need the normals to pop a little bit more. I think they're fine. God dig your soul. You're on your own. Ba 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 do ba ba da ba do do. Okay, let's bring that arm back in. You ain't coming back. Time is it? Not even 11. Why am I exhausted? I'm losing it here. Until you die, you gotta have soul. No regrets. Because when it's business time, it's life or death. Boom, 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 ba doom, doom. Okay, let's see what the resolution on this thing is. You don't normally see a loading bar in Photoshop. 23,000 by stupid. That's what that is. Three, one. Is it 30,000? Jesus, Murphy. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple of things here. I'm gonna bring my range in so that I can actually see this thing a little bit better. And then I'm gonna go to image mode and I'm gonna just nerf the hell out of this thing. Let's go to percentage and I'm gonna make it 20% of the original. Which again is gonna make me lose a lot of the detail, but should get it within realm of what Max will be able to handle. I am clearly broken and I don't know what to do. Okay. Try this again. Pictures. Cross polarized. Displacement. Full arm. And that should not load. Times are looking grim these days. Holding on to everything. Mow. Bombo. 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 Okay. Get back and bring that down. There. All right. Come on and bring my neck. Let's try and see what we can do here now. Turn that off now. Let's try and put this image on. Are you going to crash or are you going to work? It's going to work. Midlife crisis. Okay, where is... That's the elbow. Feels like it's around the brachialis that they're splitting this. It ain't big enough for two. Boom, 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 boom. Let's try a split around the brachialis. It's definitely not at the elbow. I think it's about here. It's a midnight. Boom. Since my security. So I'm going to see if I can do this. I'm going to try and reproduce the effects that you get by using a Z-wrapper. I don't have a Z-wrapper. I'm going to try and mimic it. And you can tell I'm on the right path here. The fact that the shape of this already mimics the shape of mine. And so we're just going to see if things line up here. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to place the vertices in the right spot. I'm not going to really care about anything else matching other than the vertices. It's a middle life. Should be okay. It's a middle life. These are too far. You're perfect, yes, it's true. But without me, you're only you. It ain't big enough for two. You're only you. Okay. Well, I've got one edge. Got one edge along the right way. So the goal here is just to kind of get one excuse me, one singular edge to line up with these things. I don't really know how far up the arm that is. I'm assuming it's similar to what I've got here. But the goal is that if you can get these things to line up, you can relax the inner vertices and they'll actually just all go to the right place. And so that's my goal. I'm going to try and just kind of pin the outsides. And again, this is going to be really tough. I don't even know if I have the seam in the right place. I'm guessing a little bit on that. Let's see where the elbow's gone. Is it still up there? I feel so alone. It's not really an indicator as to whether or not I'm on the right path, though, because it's in the middle area that's going to get relaxed. Times like all over my kind, empty. I feel so alone, gonna end up a big old pile of them bones. told you that dreams come true. No, that's Maya. That's Maya. I feel so alone, gonna end up a big old pile of them. Gonna end up a big old pile of them. Gonna end up a big old pile of them bones. It looks like I'm way off in terms of my distancing here. How does that happen? Down disgrace. All over the place. I don't care anymore. You just be lying cause I just can't win. Care anymore. I don't care anymore. I don't care. Okay, we're gonna try this. I'm gonna try and relax some of this. Just to get some of the vertices into the right area. Let you call your friends and it seems to me there's a means to an end. Let me by, I've got better things to do with my time. I don't care anymore. And I don't care now what you say. Let's just go see how that's doing. So it's definitely not getting the right part in the right part. I wonder if this is maybe the other arm. That hadn't occurred to me. This is indeed the other arm. It's a let me be, I don't care anymore. Okay. I was all excited when this was the right shape. It's gotta be this arm. I think what I might do is get it to fit and then slowly walk the polygons over. Let me by. Don't care anymore. Okay, vertices. You hear that I don't care no more. Discord channel is lighting up. Raina, are you here tonight? Raina's usually here watching quietly. No more, no more, no more, and no more, no more, and no more. I knew you were there. I knew you were there. Where are you working now, Raina? Hey, Yash. How you doing, brother? Bum bum. Bum bum bum. No. What happened? No, you're nowhere? What happened? You were working before, weren't you? Down in the head, out of the red, she sang. And waste away with me. Out of the head, she sang. And I wonder. Be this good again. I'll ever ask of you. Just gotta promise not to stop when I say you win. She sang. Why is this moving? There we go. Doom. I can breathe you in. Hold you in. Okay, so I need to stop what I'm doing. Because this is clearly the wrong arm. And this texture actually belongs on the other arm. I wonder. Yeah, that's all. That's the brachialis. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to run a symmetry on this sucker. And delete arm 1. No, I'm not. I'm not texturing Ash. So I've got this collection of incredibly high-res cross-polarized images of skin, which are really good to use as displacement maps, but they are all pre-unwrapped. So I have to take an arm that I'm modeling and make its UVs fit the texture, which is really backwards, but I'm trying to kind of make the most out of this. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad, Raina. That's really too bad. I'll let you know if I hear anything. Particles. I don't want particles. I want editor. Okay. So step number 1, mirror the arm, mirror the UVs. And then we gotta go and readjust all of this to fit. And again, as I mentioned, I don't even know that this is gonna fit. I've done this in the past with another way of working, where I put it on a cylinder, but it's really tough. Are you still working on a portfolio right now? You still got stuff put together? One more goddamn day. You wanna know what I want? Consider the night. Consider the night, yeah. Side of. Ah. Consider the night, yeah. Boom. Imposters. CGMA. Oh, is that Eddie's thing right now? If this disturbs you, then walk away. Who is your instructor in CGMA? Oh, The Outsider. Yes. I haven't gone back to more of it yet, Bobby. I've been working. I did start watching Warrior Nun today. There are certain shows I'm allowed to watch without my wife. Warrior Nun is one of those ones that I didn't have to ask her about. Do you remember the instructor's name right now? Raise a little hell, raise a little hell, raise a little hell. If you don't like what you got, why don't you change it? Your world is all screwed up. Ooh. Raise a little hell, raise a little hell. I've got a ton of documentaries and stuff that I put on when I'm working that are, things that I don't have to pay attention to. I can just kind of put on the background while I work. Raise a little hell, raise a little hell, raise a little hell. Mostly I do what you're seeing right now. Python for VFX and animation in Maya with Alexander Richter. Yeah, Python's really good for rigging. Yash, do you know Raina? She used a George Brown a couple years back now in the modeling stream. A couple years ahead of you. And dig in your heels and see how it feels. Boom, 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 boom. Also, Raina, if you haven't met Bobby, I presume Bobby is still here. Bobby's a former EA fella, former student of mine, and he's now working at a little startup called Gasket Games. Raina's one of the more talented students I've had in the last few years, but she's quiet. She needs to work on that. You got to get in people's faces, Raina. Yeah, Bobby worked at EA. Bobby was another one of my students. Another one of my talented students. Yeah, I like when I get really talented students in my classes, where I can take credit for all of the hard work they've done before they even got to my class. Nothing when I'm getting closer to at the end of the room. Actually, here's a converging of worlds. Bray is a student of mine from Toronto Film School. Richard is a student of mine from Sheridan. Bobby is a student of mine from Seneca. Raina is a student of mine from George Brown. Seems like it don't matter where you went to school. Hidden on my sleeve, one by one, hidden on my sleeve. Hey, Igor. Raina is not in Discord. Raina, shoot me an email. Shoot me an email and I'll send you the Discord link. You too, Yash. Send me an email. There's as much discussion happening on the Discord as there is in the YouTube chat. People are posting links. People are getting some feedback. Send me a link. Send me an email. Send me an email. Yeah, can't shoot her. We've been down this road before. It is a bumpy road that ends up in Topher going bye-bye. Yeah, shoot me an email. I'll send you the server link. In fact, you'll hear my phone go off when your email comes in. Nothing satisfies, but I'm getting close, closer to the prize at the end of the rope. All night long, I dream of the day when it comes around and it's taken away. But I feel the most, feel it come to life when I see your ghost, and I'm gone, done, on to the next one, done, done, and I'm on to the next one, done. There comes an email. Way keeping me down. I just sent it to you, Yash. I hit send and your email popped in. So the nice thing about a little community like this is that it kind of pushes everybody to work hard, right? You see those around you making progress and moving forward, and it makes you want to do the same. I'm hoping it makes you want to do the same. Yeah. I've gotten to know who a few of them are already. Lend my hand. Yash is here. Welcome, Yash. So there's a whips and feedback. And then, yeah, we've got a just a general discussion area. Come on in. Welcome to the party, pal. And let me have what's left. I know that I can find. Okay, let's try and relax here. I'm not predicting good things. It's gonna blow up on me. You take the breath right out of me. Okay, let's go and investigate. Turn off my EVs or my vertices. Okay, so that's not bad. That's actually starting. I can see that it is definitely the right arm. It might be something worth posting in that file that it is a right arm. I always, when I make characters, I am by default. I always make a left arm, and it's because I'm right-handed, and you know. Rich is on his way to being a technical artist. He was asking me some questions about that earlier, Yash. I think that's the road he's traveling. Get away here. Did I script the order here? No, I did not. Be the of you. Bum bump, ba bum ba bum bum ba dum dum. Tick, 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 tick. Out of me, you left a hole where my heart should be. Okay, so that's where the elbow's gotta go. death of you. Source selection. Let's bring up the radius. That's a useless radius. There we go. Turn off the soft selection. I must have dreamed 1,000 dreams. These men marching feet, moving to the street. Did you hear the news today? That's too bad. Is that the only reason, Yash? That they're just not going to relocate anybody? And which Disney? Which studio? The land of confusion. I. Oh, ILM, eh? I wouldn't give up on that, my friend. I mean, right now the US is and they are a mess. But there's a lot of prestige that comes with being at one of those studios. And you know, you may want to go down that road again at some point, just to have that under your belt, to be like, oh yeah, I'm an ex-Disney guy or an ex-ILM guy. Well, Rockstar is a weird company. It wouldn't surprise me they offered a weird position. What'd they offer you? Whoa. As I hit you night. You know what we should do, Bobby, in regards to your portfolio reviews? We should get a bunch of us, people from different studios, and try and make an event out of it. Home tonight. This generation has put it right. Man. I know we'll never. There's too many men. So I'm getting close to getting this in here. I'll start putting in some feelers to some of the people I know, and maybe we'll see if we can't get something up and running on Discord, where we can get, you know, a chunk of people looking at portfolios and see what we can do about helping some people out. Whoa. I think that's top of the shoulder. I think the problem that I've got here is too high. No. Adrian, have you what path are you going down? Right, you're in second year now, right? Which means you've had to pick modeling or animation. Which road did you go down? Do you remember? You know? Are you comfortable sharing? Help you with what, Bray? Lean beside me. Tell me what I've done. Speak the words I want to hear. Make my feelings run. And I can understand the you. Well, that's what we're saying, right? We're going to help everybody. But it's everybody helping everybody. You know, more eyes. And well, the more eyes we get on stuff, that day, dark of night. This is not going to work. I've gone down this path this far, only to realize that this is not going to work. Because of the spiraling I have in my edge, I'm not going to be able to do anything with that particular image. At least, I'm not going to be able to do anything with that image in the way that I was trying to use it. I may go and just mirror this arm over, and try to use it that way. The checklist? Is it the checklist I gave you? Oh, from hiring manager at EA. I've got a do's and don'ts for portfolios checklist that was something that came out of GDC a few years back. Yeah, this is not going to work. Yash, have you seen this? Have you seen this kid that I'm working on? I got to do some hair on him, and I got to do some brows, but and his arms. But he's mostly at a point where I'm pretty pleased with him. He's going to be the kid in this little demo. But you never love again. Yeah, he's pretty badass. Look at this. Coach Brown, did you even know your school team was the Huskies? Because I've worked there for like a decade and I didn't know that. No, he's got an open mouth. There's nothing in it at the moment. If I can go in there, you can see he's got an open mouth. I don't have his teeth built yet, but they're on the way. He is the most advanced character I've ever built. I would love to put the wrinkle maps in his back, so that you could see the shirt moving as he walks. But yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the way he's turning out. That light is doing nothing for his bum. Looks very flat from that angle. Bum, bum, ba-do-dum. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I know the process for creating them, and I've set them up in Unreal before. Actually, the ones that I set up in Unreal were with Naughty Dog characters that I've got a hold of, and I've been able to actually get them to work in Unreal using the Naughty Dog ones. The setup is really, really funny because you want very little silhouette wrinkles. You want them more to be painted on, which I find looks a little bit worse, but when you see them move, they look really, really good. I'm gonna go save that out. Okay, it's 11:30, so I'm not gonna attempt anything else on this arm tonight. Because the hell with that. I don't think I have it in me to do a brand new sculpt of an arm right now. Especially one that's going to require me putting some fingernails in and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to kill that. Did you guys see the addition of the big wheel? That was something that I added not too long ago, a couple days ago. And I do not know if you guys saw that. Because it is one of my favorite parts of this whole here thing. Now I'm gonna turn off my music and I'm gonna add desktop volume again. And I'm gonna run this. So let's go to the persistent level. And I'll run this. You guys should actually have audio now. So, we'll go type in my name. I want to, this is one of the things that I can do. I want to have an audio cue that plays when you click this. And I wouldn't hate it if the music faded out instead of cutting. It's all polish at this point, but those are some things that I'm looking at doing. So here's one of the new additions, which I'll show you. Not the kid, but I made this big wheel. Actually, I made this ages ago. Christian, actually, I think you even saw me working on this. Back when I was going to do a little Ghost Rider thing, I wanted to do a little kid Ghost Rider, scooting around on this big wheel. And part of that was that I really wanted to push how far I could take VFX and see how good I can make fire look in the engine. And so anyway, here is the big wheel, and I've rigged it so that when I go near it, it scoots away from me. It only does it once, and then that's it. It's kind of locked in place. Creepy kid just standing there. But yeah, anyway, the kid's going to be the playable character in this, and so that's why I've got this push to kind of get him done, is so that I can stop walking around as Robot Man and start walking around as the kid. Because that'll be visually more interesting, and it'll fit tonally. It'll fit a little bit better. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to get the kid like in perspective where he would be when you're playing. Something a little bit like that. Oh, that kid really doesn't have an ass. And I gotta figure that out. Anyway, that's the project right now. Oh, this is cool too. I can go hide. I can hide in the tarp. There. What's up, Phil? You see this, kid, Phil? God damn it. I can't look at the goddamn kid from behind. Get around him. There we go. That's the kid you're gonna play. There we go. That's gonna be the playable character in the basement once he's done. He just needs arms and hair and, you know, rigging and animations. All that jazz. But yeah, he's damn near ready to go. I've got to swap out the, the style of eyebrow and eyelash and stuff that I was doing. The system that's in here doesn't work. Not the way that I wanted it to. And so I'm gonna have to lose that. But yeah, it's coming along. It's the little bits of dynamic that's in here that that really sells this. You know, it's the fact that there's things that are dynamic, like the tarp. It's the tiny little flickering of the candles. It's just how much fog there is here and the color that's permeating the fog. There's still a lot that's got to be done. It doesn't feel cluttered yet, in terms of assets, but it's getting there. But also things like the little random sound cues and, you know, the little trike that moves itself. It should be fun. It's definitely not bad for, well, let's see, this is video number 20 at 3 hours, 4 hours of video, let's say 3.5 average. And so it's been a little bit of a sprint. But yeah, it plays really well. And so I'm anxious for the students to play this. I got my schedule already, and so I know what's going down at GB. Oh, have you not heard the laugh, Rich? The laugh is my ultimate favorite thing in the world in here. That's not the laugh. There are little spots in here, Richard, that have trigger volumes assigned to random sounds. The Jack in the Box is one of them. That laugh is another. There's a few of them. I'll go play them here for you from the audio. So there's the big wheel that rolls. That's the song. That's the ambiance. There's this one. I see you. There's the Jack in the Box, and then the laugh. And the laugh I see you. And the whisper are my kids. That's my daughter laughing. And that's my son saying, I see. I see. Both of which are the creepiest thing in the world. You know what, though? It's funny because both kids, when I recorded their audio, were trying to be scary. They were trying to be frightful. And I was like, no. Daddy doesn't need you to act. Daddy just needs you to be kids, because that's creepy. And then I've also got a snarl that plays at random intervals, too. And so, yeah, it is getting there. Anyway, I'm done for the night. I'm on the verge of passing out here, and I think I'd like to sleep some before I get to work tomorrow. So those of you who are jumping into the Discord here, we're going to keep that going. I'm on that Discord channel almost 24/7, rather. More like 19/7. I sleep and then I'm on Discord. I use it for work. I use it with the studio. And so throughout the day, I'm usually in my studio channel, but then, I still get messages and bounce over to talk to you guys when there's a question or somebody needs help with stuff. And so you're all free to treat it as a tech support for 3D modeling or something of that nature. And so feel free to do that, to come and hang out. People are giving feedback to one another and critiquing each other's stuff, and the more eyes everybody gets on their artwork, the better. And so it's always good to come have a look at things. And then we've got Yash in here, we've got Rich in here. We've got some people that aren't just artists as well. And so see what we can do about growing this little community of ours here, and give us a little place where we can keep in contact with one another too. And so anyway, thanks for hanging out again tonight, and we'll jump into this again tomorrow when hopefully I can get these arms done, because I don't want to put that off for too long. And so yeah, so thanks for hanging